Research by Carers UK suggests that more than 500,000 carers in the East help save the local economy more than £7 billion a year.
Well, today, actress Lynda Bellingham was in Norfolk to launch Carers Week, where she was highlighting the need for greater support and recognition. Serena Sandhu has our report.
Joy Salter from Beccles in Norfolk has cared for her daughter for the past 36 years. Today she shared her story with actress Lynda Bellingham, whose birth mother and adopted mother both had Alzheimer's. The star of Loose Women and the OXO adverts was at the Forum in Norwich today to lend her voice to Carers Week.
You don't want to see your parents as an old person. You don't want to see your parents not being able to fend for themselves. And I watched my father suffer that terrible emotional guilt, distress, fear and anger and frustration, because you can't help. All you can do is be there for them. The thing about a lot of caring is it's done completely out of love.
According to research by Carers UK, there are more than 500,000 carers in the east of England, each providing on average more than 50 hours of care a week, which saves the local economy about £7 billion a year. But 3/4 of carers in our region say they don't have the support or recognition to have a life outside of their caring role.
They need to be recognised as a professional body at the end of the day and actually paid. The amount of money that a carer can claim each week is trifling. It's about £53 a week, so that works out about 30p an hour.
The theme of this year's event is A Life of My Own, and many carers today have been putting up their wishes on this wishing line. Many of them are the very basic things like, I wish my mum and dad were better, and I wish that my life will be a lot easier. Basic things that children of this age really shouldn't be worrying about. For Joy, looking after Zoe has been a lifetime's work that brings its own rewards.
We've had ups and downs, good times, bad times. Basically, we just live from day to day as to how Zoe is. I just feel that I can cope looking after Zoe. Sometimes I could think, why am I doing this? Or I could do with some help. But then her love and how she is just overrides that.
Lynda just wants Joy and many more like her to know that they don't have to cope on their own and that there is always someone there who cares for them. Serena Sandhu, Anglia News, Norwich.
Good work being done there. Now, do stay with us this Monday evening.
Yeah, we've got plenty more to come your way.
Why the Eagle won't be landing. The Farmers set to get their way.
English nightmare. Reaction to that goal from US troops and Robert Green's old goalkeeping mentor.
If you're wanting flaming June anytime soon, I think we better manage your expectations. Cool and cloudy today at Dallington on the outskirts of Northampton. Now, the clouds may well part over the next few days for a bit more sunshine to peek through, but summer warmth may be a little harder to come by. The full Anglia forecast is coming up in the next 15 minutes.
Crowds lined the streets of Brightlingsea in Essex today for the funeral of Olympic gold medalist Reg White.
He was born and bred in the town and went on to win a gold medal in the 1976 Olympic Games in Canada.
Today, his family and friends said goodbye to him, as Lorna Ramsey now reports.
Lining the streets to pay their respects to Brightlingsea's most famous son. Some knew Reg White and his family, others didn't, but wanted to honour the man who has given their town so much.
He brought a lot to the town, not just on the water, as a man as well.
He is the person who inspired me when I was at school in 1976 when he won the gold. I took up tornado sailing as a direct result of that.
Following a service at Wheely Crematorium, Reg White's family, including his wife Lynn, seen here with her children Robert and Sally, attended All Saints Church. They were joined by hundreds of others. Reg White enjoyed international sailing success. The highlight was in 1976 when he brought home a gold medal from the Olympics in Canada with his brother-in-law, John Osborne. Probably go down in history as a gold medalist, but how will you remember him?
Reg was my mate. just a good friend, a buddy. You know, we've literally been around the world together, done lots of things. He was just a good chap, yeah, someone you could have a beer with.
Reg White was born and bred in Brightlingsea. It's where he had his first sailing experience on his dad's fishing boat. It's where he met and married his childhood sweetheart Lynn, and it's where he worked. It's also where he died, doing what he loved, sailing with his family. Reg White was a father to 4 and grandfather to 13. A family man and someone so many people here called their friend. Lorna Ramsey, Anglia News, Brightlingsea.
Special man. Now, the daughters of a man from Harlow who's been missing for more than 3 weeks today appealed for help in finding him. 70-year-old Peter Schofield from Beccles Mead was last seen in Harlow on May the 20th. Police say his disappearance is totally out of character. Today, his daughters Jane and Louise spoke out in the hope that he might be watching.
If Dad's listening, definitely
get in contact.
Yeah. Because we all love you and we miss you, and everybody, family and friends do. Don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Transporting raw sugarcane by river from Great Yarmouth to a processing plant at Anglia in Norfolk could be viable, according to a new study. British Sugar was given planning permission by the Broads Authority last year for an extension to its Anglia factory. It would mean the plant, which processed beet during the autumn and winter, could process sugarcane through the summer. Residents were concerned about the increase in lorry traffic. The report says using barges on the River Yare could be the cheapest option, but other logistical issues would need to be overcome.
Now, a mum from Beccles has finally been able to bring her baby home from hospital after he was born at just 24 weeks old.
Baby Charlie Fisk had only a 40% chance of survival after he was born, weighing just 1 pound and 4 ounces.
Well, finally, after spending nearly 4 months of his life in hospital, he's back with his family. Hannah Pettifer has our report.
Home at last. It's taken nearly 4 months for baby Charlie to properly meet his family. But looking at him now is a far cry from when he entered the world at just 24 weeks.
He weighed 570 grams, which is just over half a bag of sugar. His little head was the size of an apple, a child's apple.
The size of Charlie when he was born is hard to comprehend until you see this photo. On his arm is Becky's wedding ring. And this miniature teddy, which fits into a hand, once dwarfed him. For the first 5 weeks of his life, Charlie had to be cared for more than 100 miles away at the Luton and Dunstable Hospital, where they provide specialist care for extremely premature babies.
In general, if they require this sort of specialist care, they are quite unwell. They require an awful lot of intensive care support, but we have the specialist knowledge to assist with that and equipment as well to go with it.
Charlie was eventually transferred to the Norfolk and Norwich and then the James Paget Hospital. And his recovery's been phenomenal. All he needs now is this machine which monitors his breathing.
To start with, it was from hour to hour. We didn't know if he was going to make it, and then as he got better, it was from day to day. But there was always the chance of something happening. There were setbacks along the way a lot, and Charlie had a lot of setbacks. It was just really heartbreaking to watch, your child struggle for life like that. And so proud of him.
And even though it took 4 long months to get home, for his family, baby Charlie's definitely worth the wait. Hannah Pettifer, Anglia News, Beccles.